But I'm super into the Patriots who lost and did not get the benefit of officiating. Right? Now, you can tell me, oh, they had to run a trick play and they blocked another punt. Okay, they did. But the Patriots, despite being outclassed in terms of offensive weaponry, were right there with a chance to tie or win the game, right? Like, my own spidey sense is that Tom Brady could have thrown to Jacoby Myers, who was open for a split second, but Jacoby Myers has hands like, what's the guy, Stone Hands from Necessary Roughness? Don't throw it to Stone Hands! So instead, he throws it to always reliable Julian Edelman, who was for a split second open, but what he should have done, which you should have done, man, was just stop. If he just stops, defender runs him over, almost posting up, you get the call, you get a first down with like a couple inches to spare, right? But I want to criticize Bill Belichick for not giving Tom Brady the weaponry. I want to sit here and go like, hey, even though he's done an amazing job with no defensive coordinator, reworking this team, reformulating this team, you know what I'm left with? I'm left with nothing but an incredible amount of respect from this perspective. They're going to have another shot to win it. They might have to go on the road to Baltimore to do it. And yeah, Tom Brady doesn't appear to have enough weapons at this point to pull it off. On the other hand, it also tells you just how hard it is to both win and do things the right way. Like, man, if they only had, I don't know, somebody like a Josh Gordon, they had him. They had to cut him. If they only had an Antonio Brown, they had him. They had to cut him. I know they trade away Josh Gordon, whatever, but it's essentially they got rid of him, right? And they never replaced Rob Gronkowski. Do you know how hard it is? That's I think, what today is about. Today is about, I'm not sure if people understand just how difficult it is. Antonio Brown was a complete pain in the ass. He literally had a story about him on some level every day he was a member of the Patriots. He was only there for like 2 weeks. And there was a new story about knucklehead Antonio Brown. And you know what? He'd still probably be on the team if it wasn't for the owner getting caught in a massage parlor in the last season, right? In the off-season story. And Josh Gordon, like, look, they only got Josh Gordon because of the litany of issues that had followed Josh Gordon. But it was one of those, if he starts missing meetings, we can't have zero tolerance with Josh Gordon and then not have a zero tolerance with Josh Gordon just because we got to have a wide receiver. And we can be fairly critical of trying to replace Rob Gronkowski. But one, it wasn't like Gronk told them a long time ago, hey, I'm out after this date. You better find a way to replace me. And two, everybody's looking for the next Rob Gronkowski. Duh. It's really hard. Well, why didn't you, N'Keal Harry, one, he hasn't been healthy. Two, like, look, he's got a big body. But it's not like the Arizona State Sun Devils don't have a staff made up of former NFL guys who can go, hey, this guy, he's a pro. But either one, it takes a lot of time. Two, that offense is hard to learn. Three, he hadn't been healthy enough to even get the game reps out there anyway. There's an expression in basketball, and I think it works very, very well in football. It works in every sport. Winning is hard. Losing sucks. Winning is really, really hard. It just is. Because you can do all the right things as an organization and put all the right resources into it. Invest all your scouts. Find me the best NFL talent wide receiver at the end of the first round. N'Keal Harry, not healthy and struggling to pick up what Tom Brady wants him to do. Very normal for rookie wide receivers. And if you go back over the past 2 years, like, dude, it's been a turnstile. They have, and you know what? Honestly, they missed on Emmanuel Sanders. Should have traded for Emmanuel Sanders. Instead, Mohamed Sanu, and Mohamed Sanu is over the hill. It ain't like they haven't tried. It's just hard. Everyone is actually trying to accomplish the same goal. Maybe here's the best way of putting it. We do this all the time with Nick Saban. We do it with Bill Belichick, right? Well, we go like, you give Bill Belichick a week to prepare, 2 weeks to prepare. He's unbelievable. Well, yeah, but it's not like the other guy's not trying. It's not like any of these coaches, like Andy Reid's going there wait, they got Belichick and he's going to prepare for us? We're done. If 32 teams, and by now 32 teams you may think they're not trying to, they're all trying to win. But even if it's 25 teams are trying to win, or 27 teams are trying to win, or whatever, I want to sit here and tell you that Belichick is having a great year. The makeup of the roster, not having a true defensive coordinator, working with his son and not having infighting about it. I want to tell you that he has had a bad season as GM, but has he? Yeah, it looks like they missed on Mohamed Sanu. The Niners got Emmanuel Sanders and a 5th-round pick for a 3rd and a 4th. Should add him instead of the 2nd-round pick for Mohamed Sanu. You do that, probably win a couple of these games. It's that simple. The margin is that close. But I want you to ask yourself this. When they did the Sanu trade, did you think it was smart? I did. Why? Because Mohamed Sanu is brilliant, super bright guy. Got to be a really bright guy to survive in New England. Guy who's a former kind of quarterback guy as well, has that thinking brain. They misevaluated where he was in his career. And though Edelman's 34 and still able to navigate the league without, breakaway speed, Sanu doesn't appear to be that guy. Can't get open. I defended him about Malcolm Butler because he did the right thing then. I'll defend him now with Josh Gordon and Antonio Brown because it's the right thing that you have to do. But I don't think people understand how hard it is to get rid of guys for the right reason when it hurts you in production. And with all of that said, they're still a missed call away or a 4th down completion away from tying and potentially beating the Kansas City Chiefs. I want to sit here and tell you it's over. It's a wrap. But either the Ravens or the Chiefs, or maybe the Ravens and the Chiefs, stand in their way of getting to a Super Bowl. And though we want to sit here and look at the final score of the Ravens game and say they can't beat them, if you watch that game, if Edelman doesn't fumble, they come back and take the lead. If you watched yesterday's game, you could think, yes, Kansas City was completely and thoroughly dominant, and the Patriots still had a chance late. I am not putting dirt on that grave, and I am telling you that it's this close. And while they're not as good offensively as either of those top 2 teams, it's not for lack of trying, and it's not for making poor decisions, with the exception of the Sanu deal. Hi, I'm Doug Gottlieb from Fox Sports Radio, and you need to subscribe to the Fox Sports Radio YouTube channel where you can hear and see me. Why not? Plus, everybody else who's awesome here in Fox Sports Radio.